Tonight, city leaders in Valley Center with a big vote before them as they decide which direction they want to take their fire services.
So that meeting is getting underway in just a couple of hours. Jacob Albrock shows us the options that are on the table right now.
Rachel, Mike, this discussion all stems from a move made by Sedgwick County commissioners earlier this year who voted to stop providing mutual and automatic aid calls for Valley Center and 4 other towns in the county. That's set to take effect on September 23rd. The county cites safety concern as they seek to reach a new agreement when it comes to handling fire and medical calls. So last week, Valley Center had a special meeting where 3 options were outlined. Tonight, the city council will vote on one of them. The first 2 do not need voter approval. Option 1 would be to retain and bolster the Valley Center Fire Department and pay for it with property tax revenue. The second would be to become a member of the Fire District 1 and let Sedgwick County provide that service. That would require a new agreement, though. And then the third option, where voters would come into play, would be for bolstering the Valley Center Fire Department and paying for it with a combination of property and sales tax. That option includes a 1% sales tax increase, which would raise around $1 million annually. It would also raise the Valley Center sales tax to 9.5%, which would make it the highest in the county. If that option is approved, it could be added to any general or primary election ballot, or Valley Center could have a special election in March. We'll continue to follow that meeting for you tonight. Have an update on the decision at 9 and 10.